influencers. There is still a lot to say about this subject. Originally, the idea of having key opinion leaders sharing in an authentic way through their own channels with the right audience, the real experiences offered by a property or a destination was certainly a winning one. However, today the word influencer is really trivialized. Instagram and also the other social media channels today are overcrowded by people that are just trying to monetize their likes, chasing paid partnerships, sacrificing authenticity and real quality content. And in addition to that, there are many tools available to everyone that allow people to blow up their numbers, their engagement rate and their following in order to be confused with real key opinion leaders. And that's why the system today is very corrupted compared to the way it was in the beginning. Therefore, all the brands that are looking for someone to collaborate with, that are looking for an ambassador or an influencer to partner with, will be facing the same problem. Who is the right person for my brand? Who is the right person for the type of clients that I want to reach? The problem that all the companies and brands are facing is about the quality and about who is the right person. So who do you want as your ambassador? Who would you like for your potential guests and your desired guests to relate to? Even more important, how do you know that the ambassador that you will choose will be able to communicate your core message and your pillars in an authentic way, reaching the right people? And the key here is also right people, because what's the point of reaching people that are not interested in the experience that you offer? What's the point also of reaching people that cannot afford your property? So you do not want an influencer. What you really want is influence. Building partnerships with talents and creators is certainly a vehicle for awareness. I'm not saying it's not, but it is a short-term strategy that will not pay in the long run. First of all, a talent strategy must include several kinds of characters. So not only the influencer, but also spokespersons, ambassadors, and key opinion leaders. Let's step back for a moment and let's go back to the basic of the strategy. What is our strategy? Brand awareness. Brand awareness is a marketing term that describes the degree of consumer recognition of a brand by its name. Ideally, brand awareness should include also the qualities that distinguish that brand from its competitors. Brand consideration is a measure of brand health and not only a KPI for advertising. I want to build a relation with you. What really is a long-term strategy is building brand equity, not just random isolated partnerships with so-called influencers. What kind of relation do you want to build with your audience? We can have sponsorships, talents, events, campaigns, AOL, and spokespersons. In our brand ecosystem, we have 3 separate areas, which are owned, earned, and paid. We define owned media, any web property that you can control directly and that is unique for your brand. So we are talking about website and social media channels and any extensions of that. And of course, the more owned media you have, the more chance you will have to expand your digital presence. Earned media is exposure gained from methods other than paid advertising, such as referrals, mentions, articles, and so on. Basically, if owned media, so website and channels, are the destinations, earned media will be the vehicle that helps people get there. Earned media is essentially online word of mouth. This can be translated in viral tendencies, in mentions and shares and referrals, reposts, reviews, recommendations. First ranking pages and good contents are typically the biggest drivers, and that's why a great content strategy is crucial to get earned media. What is paid media? Simply put, it's marketing you pay for. Ideally, paid media should drive traffic to your own media. So we are talking about sponsored posts, ambassadors, Google campaigns, pay-per-click, retargeting, and so on. Paying to promote content on social media can help you in driving more traffic, in creating more exposure. But the most important thing to say about these three areas, owned, earned, and paid, is that we can never treat them in isolation. We cannot think the strategy for one independently from the other two ones. Here we also have another video to show you that being an influencer is not necessarily the coolest thing in the world.
Follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean too deep. I will follow you. Follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain too high. I will follow you. Follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean.
Why should your hotel marketing strategy include PR? And how to use PR effectively? We know that the hotel industry is now more competitive than ever. Therefore, getting visibility in the hospitality marketing today means being very creative. For example, by turning to innovative digital campaigns. What are the types of public relation opportunities for the hospitality industry? So the majority of marketing strategies aim to build awareness about the brand, but the major goal of public relation is to maintain a good reputation for the whole business and experience. There are several PR strategies to focus on. We will have news coverage, so everything that can be attractive for local newspapers, like a new on-site restaurant opening or hosting a local event, and any other relevant topic for the local community. Speaking spots at the major events and travel trade, so always ensure to secure a spot to establish your hotel as a leader in the field. And I'm talking about all the most important industry events, travel trade, shows, awards, conference. This is also an excellent opportunity for networking. Press releases announce any new collaboration, innovations, attractions, and also communicate about new hirings and commitment about charity involvement in local projects. Announce, for example, that the property will be giving back, like will be donating the 2% of the profit to sustain a local charity project. expecting the unexpected. We live in an always-on digital world, and a peer crisis can hit at any time. An effective peer crisis management starts long before any issues arises. Do you know what happened to Dorchester Collection? In 2019, the Sultan of Brunei, who is the ultimate owner of Dorchester Collection, wanted to strengthen the Sharia law and claimed that homosexuals could receive the death penalty. The international community was outraged and reacted violently with a huge boycott of all the brand's properties. Celebrities all over the world joined forces in asking people to boycott Dorchester Collection's properties. Major events were cancelled, awards, companies also started to boycott the properties. No one wanted to be related and connected with Dorchester Collection. No brand, no business, no one. Clearly, there was a huge drop in the Instagram following, and also single properties had to shut down their channels because it was almost impossible to reply to all comments and to handle all the hate and the harassment towards the hotel staff and employees. People were asking hotels employees, how can you be working for this company? How can you be working for this brand? So there was a violent harassment and hate towards innocent people. In this case, the hotels, the properties, they did nothing wrong. And also the brand, Dorchester Collection, did nothing wrong. And still, suddenly, a huge loss and the worst PR from all over the world. What do you do in a case like this? What do you do when you're in the middle of a huge crisis and you did nothing wrong? There are 3 different ways to manage a PR crisis: silence, deviation, and proactive. When the silence strategy is the right one. First of all, it's important that we are able to answer 3 simple questions. And this must be done before issuing any press release or start giving answers. What happened? Why it happened? And why it won't happen again. When a crisis hits, meaning that the media gets hold of it, otherwise it is just an issue on social media, time is needed to gather information instead of adding more fuel to the fire. And in the meantime, of course, you need to keep on trend and social listening 24/7. With the deviation strategy, your goal will be to improve the brand identity with positive and unrelated activities, like a new initiative to support local communities or charity projects. It should be a way to link your brand with something positive which is not related to the issue. That's why it's called deviation strategy. To deviate the attention of people to something positive and linking positivity with your brand. Then we have the proactive strategy. In some cases, a crisis is just too big to avoid a direct action. And of course, the proactive plan must be already in place long before then it's needed. The strategy to respond to critical situations must be already in place when there is no crisis. And in this case, self-awareness, face the problem, and issue statement. Corporate social responsibility is a management concept where companies integrate social and environmental concern in their business operations. It is generally understood as the way through which a company achieves a balance of economic, environmental, and social imperatives. Basically, by practicing corporate social responsibility, companies become conscious about the impact that they are having on the society, including social, economics, and environmental. But what does it mean to engage in corporate social responsibility? It means that in the ordinary course of business, a company manages its operations in ways that enhance society and environment instead of contributing negatively to them. Basically, the key behind the corporate social responsibility is to pay attention in all the operation and everything that is involved in the structure of a company in enhancing social and environmental aspects rather than just maximizing profits. Why should a company implement corporate social responsibility? It should be a moral imperative for everyone to give the right priorities in the operations. But if we are talking about just strategy and not the ethical part, it's also something that is really important for the brand image. Customers will always feel closer to brands that they feel are more ethical. This is a rising trend. Corporate social responsibility will be a very important part of corporate public relations. And here is a beautiful video made by Kempinski showing us their commitment for the environment and sustainability.